Hello learners, welcome to the Technical Accounting Tally Prime. We are here in the chapter number 5, that is the Fundamentals of Tally Prime part 2. In the previous session we have learned about how to create a company in a Tally, how to create a groups in a Tally, how to create a ledgers in a Tally. And we have taken one transaction as an example of a Rubik's Limited. Now in this session I am going to continue with that example only, and we will do a voucher entry. But before doing the voucher entry, I must have to tell you that how many vouchers are there in a tally and what these vouchers are. Okay. So we will go for that purpose. That is, what are the vouchers? You can see on your screen. There is a list of vouchers are there. Okay, they have given you some of the list. Here is a list of vouchers that Tally has given you, and that is nothing but the contra voucher, and then payment voucher, receipt voucher, journal voucher, sales voucher, purchase voucher, debit note, and a credit note. These are the vouchers which are commonly used in every company. Okay, so these vouchers, how these vouchers work actually, that we have to see in this particular session. Okay, so we will see one by one each voucher. What is the function of each voucher is there, it is given over here. That is a contra voucher. What it is given in contra voucher, the transaction which are only related to the cash and the bank. Okay, the transaction which are only related to the cash and the bank, that transaction are going to be entered in contra voucher. Okay, right now we have known about the company creation. In that company we have created the groups and we have created some ledgers. Okay, after these ledgers, now we have to do the entries in a voucher. So these are some of the vouchers which are given to you, and these vouchers are having different functionality, different nature they are having. So when transaction is having only cash and bank, for example, cash is deposited in a bank, or you have withdrawn some cash from a bank. Likewise, this transaction is only having a bank and a cash over. So this type of transaction you have to enter in a contra voucher. Means Tally is having this particular function that you cannot enter the bank and a cash transaction journal entry in any of these vouchers. Means if you cannot enter this type of entry, that is a bank account debited to cash account or cash account debited to bank account, in purchase voucher, in sales voucher, debit note, credit note. No, you cannot enter this type of journal entry in any of these particular voucher except the contra voucher, because they have given you separately, they have given you contra voucher to do the entry such type of a transaction. Then second one is a payment voucher. Payment voucher means what? When you done any of the payment in cash or a bank, that can be happen. Okay, you can give a check also. So by bank, with the help of a bank also, and by cash also you can do a payment. So when you do any of the payment, your company does any of the payment. So at that time you have to enter this particular journal entry in this payment voucher. Okay, then receipt voucher is given. So this receipt voucher is for when you receive any of the cash, or when you receive any of the cash from a bank also, means check you have received, if any check you have received. So at that time this type of entry you must have to do in a receipt voucher. Okay, the next is that the journal voucher. Now it is you actually knowing about this thing. When we do a manual entry, the same logic they have applied in a software only in this time. So journal voucher, when you are going to use it, it is exactly opposite to the contract. When there is not a single transaction, when means a journal, that journal entry is not having any single cash or a bank over there. Means it is, for example, depreciation account and a furniture account. Likewise, the entry is there, like income tax and TDS. Likewise, these entries are there. The no cash or bank account is debited over there. Okay, when no cash or bank account is debited, at that time you can use this journal. Okay, when transaction which are not related to cash at all or bank at all. Then the last one is not last one. This is on this screen the last one. The sales voucher. This sales voucher, it is the name actually indicates you when you do any of the sale of a goods or a services. Now the because of the GST, you know that now. So if you sell any of the goods or services in a market, so at that time that sales you have to enter in this sales voucher. Okay. Now you can see the next vouchers over here, that is nothing but the purchase voucher. So in this purchase voucher you can see that is when there is any of the purchase, right? There is any of the purchases, goods or services, when you made any of the purchases of goods or services, at that time you can enter this particular transaction or journal entry in a purchase voucher. Okay, and the next thing is a debit note. Now, students, don't be confused in a debit note and credit note if you are not having this concept clear. So, with the help of this tally, you will get clear about the ideas of the debit note and credit. Always keep in mind that is a debit note is nothing but the purchase return. Now, how you are going to remember this purchase return means a debit note? Means that I'm not going that much of detail because it is already covered in your basics. So purchase, when you do a purchase, so what will be the entry? Purchase account you debited. Okay, purchase account is debited to that party account or a cash account, whatever the case. And when you return this purchase, if you have done any of the purchases, if you want to return some of the defective goods, so when you want to return some of the defective goods to that supplier, at that time, whatever the entry you have passed, that's a purchase account debited to cash or a party's account, right? So at that time, you have to reverse that entry. Whatever debited over here, that is a purchase account. Purchase goods account you have debited over here, right? Now, if you are returning these goods, then you have to just reverse this entry. And for that matter, you have to give a purchase return. That is a credit. You have to give a reverse effect. You have to give a credit over here, right? So that's why debit effect is going to be nullified, and that's why we are using the word debit note. This is only for the logic, okay? This is only for the sake of understanding, or what we can say, the mug-up purpose, logically remembering purpose, okay? Otherwise, you know the procedure, why, who gives the debit note to whom, supplier and purchaser is there. Likewise, there is a debit note. So, debit note is a purchase return. For a purchase return, we will create a debit note, means we have given whatever the effect we have given for a journal entry of a purchase, that is a purchase account debit, we have to nullify that, and that's why there is a debit note. Okay. The next thing is that's a credit note. Okay. This credit note is of course exactly opposite to the purchase debit note. That is when you do any of the sale, we give a sale credit to the sales, right? Parties account debit or cash account or bank account debit to the sales account. So here sales account is credited. And if you have sold something goods and something returned back to you, someone has returned back to, that's a sales return is there. At that time, you just have to nullify the effect of a credit which you have given to the sales account, right? So this account is going to be nullified. That is a sales return account you have to debit over here. Likewise, this entry, and that's the credit note. So credit note you are going to use for a sales return, and debit note you are going to use uh, that is a purchase return. Okay, so once again I'm going to revise this particular vouchers. Once again, you can see on your screen there is a contra voucher you are going to use for a cash or a bank related transaction only. Please remember these transactions for the MCQs type of exam are there, because of the MCQs exam is there. You must have to know which voucher is used for which particular purpose and all. Okay, so contra voucher is there only for a transaction which are related to the cash and the bank. Then payment voucher is related when the payment is done in a cash or bank also can be done. Okay, haven't written over there, but it is in a bank also. And then a receipt voucher when you receive any cash, that is, or when you receive any of the check from bank. Then journal voucher, transaction which are not related to cash or bank at all. Without a cash and bank transaction, entries are going to be entered in a journal voucher. Then sales voucher when sales of a goods or services made. Okay, and the next is a purchase voucher, and that when any purchases of goods or services is made, then you can go for a purchase voucher, and debit note for a purchase return and credit note for sales return. Okay, so these are the vouchers in Tally we have seen. Now some of the shortcut keys we have. Okay, some of the shortcut keys are there. Likewise, that is a Alt plus K, as we have already learned in the fourth chapter. That is, these are some of the shortcut. There are some of the shortcut keys which are used in a Tally for the smooth working on a Tally. Okay, so Alt plus K option they have given to you for the to select a company information. You can see on the this particular thing, that is to select a company info menu. Means whatever related to the company options are there. When you want to select a company, if you want to change some, alter that company, if you want to delete company, if you want to shut a company, likewise these options you can see in this option, that is a alt plus key. Okay, then F2 option is there to change the date. F2 option is there to change the date, means current date. I'm talking about only the current date. If I want to enter a transaction on a 2nd of April, on a 2nd of March, or we can say on a 13th of April, likewise, if you want to change this date, in a Tally software, if something else date is there, and if you want to change that date, so at that time you can press F2 button from your keyboard, or you can go with the mouse also. You will see in the next lectures. Actually, you have seen these are the shortcut keys and all. Okay. So these shortcut keys F2 you are going to use for to change the date, F3 for to select the company, F4 to select the contra voucher. Okay, and likewise these are some of the shortcut keys you are going to use over here. And some of the other shortcut keys are again there. For every voucher there is a shortcut keys. Okay, so likewise you can F5 for payment voucher, F6 for voucher, F7 for a journal, F8 for sales voucher. Then if F8 for a sales voucher, Alt plus F6 is there for a credit note. In a previous Tally version, that is Tally.erp 9 version, there was a different shortcut key, somehow different shortcut keys, not that much of. Everything was same over there, that is a F1, F5, F6, F7 was the same, F8 was same, but Alt plus F6 is different over here. Okay, and the next, some shortcut keys are there again. That is a F9 for a purchase voucher, Alt plus F5 for a debit note. After purchase, there will be a debit note, but what is the shortcut keys? Alt plus F5. Then F10 for to select the other vouchers. So other voucher option is there. You can see in by working on it. Okay, you will see that in the next sessions. To select the vouchers, other vouchers also, other than these vouchers, the list of vouchers is there. You can go directly to the other vouchers. If you want, if you know that F5 for a payment, F4 for a contract, then it is okay. If you don't know, then you can go directly to the F10 and you will get the list of vouchers. That is a other voucher. Then F11 for the feature screen. What it means by, when before entering the data in a Tally, if you want to do any of the changes related to the company, then you can go for a F11. What system you want in the Tally? That is you have seen in the previous sessions. That is F11 is for to maintaining TDS data. Do you want to maintain the TDS data? Do you want to maintain the GST data? Likewise, this data you can change, or these options you can change over their inventory if you want to maintain. So that all things you can change from this F11 option. That is to select the feature screen. After that, F12 is there for the configuration of. We will see in detail in the next sessions what is the what is included in the configuration. It is once again same thing related to this one, that what entries you want to do there, and during these entries if you want to do any of the changes over there, so you can go for these things with the help of a configuration. Okay, and the next after that, the next shortcut keys again are there, but some of the special combination keys are they have given. You can see this all combination keys in your next session of that is the last chapter. In the last chapter, you can see in a detail that which window keys are there, and what is the functionality of that key. Likewise, plus C, what is the use of that thing? Alt plus D, then Alt plus E. These are the all shortcut keys you can use over there for doing the entries. Fine. So these all shortcut keys you are going to use in the last chapter. Right now we are going to stop over here, because in this particular chapter we are going to do a voucher entry. That is a journal entries in a voucher, and that we have seen how many vouchers are there, what the functionality of vouchers are there, and to enter these transactions in a time. Okay. So thank you very much. We will see all these transaction entries in the next. Thank you.